5 underrated mutant champions. Alright, we've made it. The final video in the Underrated series. And today, we're talking about Mutants, one of the most stacked classes in Marvel Contest of Champions. Look, everyone knows that Onslaught, Archangel, and Mr. Sinister are straight-up gods in this game. But what about the champs that don't get nearly enough love? That's where this list comes in. These are the hidden gems in the Mutant class. Champs that might be sitting in your roster collecting dust when they should be wrecking fights. And remember, this list isn't set in stone. Drop a comment if you think someone else deserves a spot. And we'll expand this to a top 10 later on. Just make sure your pick is available as a 7-star. Alright, let's jump into it. Gambit hits like a truck. His Prowess-stacked turn his specials into nukes. But here's the thing, he needs those crits to really shine. That's why stat focus is a game changer for him. More crit chance equal more insane damage. And if you know how to stun lock opponents in the corner, yeah, fights are over before they even start. People sleep on Gambit, but he's got some serious firepower. 4. Dani Moonstar. Yo, Dani Moonstar is a walking cheat code if you actually take the time to learn her rotation. She's got insane energy damage, crazy utility, and she just straight up destroys opponents in the corner. People don't talk about her enough, but trust me, if you master her playstyle, she's a monster. 3. Northstar. If you love Quicksilver, you need to give Northstar a shot. This dude is fast, and his damage is crazy when you stack crits. That's why stat focus is a must. It helps him land those big hits more consistently. You can just spam specials and keep your opponent on lockdown. People sleep on him, but once you try him, you'll see why he's on this list. 2. Storm Pyramid X. Storm Pyramid X is one of the most underrated mutants in the entire game. She's got it all. Massive damage, passive stun, unblockable specials, and even an evade counter. Her special 2 is a one-shot machine. Stack prowess, charge heavy, let it rip, and watch your opponent disappear. And if they somehow survive, do it again. She's been underrated for way too long. 1. Deadpool X-Force. Alright, let's talk about this man because people did him so dirty before his buff. But now, he's a certified killer. The damage, the utility, the ridiculous Special 1 spam. He went from being a joke to one of the best underrated mutants in the game. If you're still ignoring him, you're missing out big time. And hey, I'll be making a separate video on his best rotation, so if you want to see that, make sure you're subbed and got those notifications on. And that's a wrap on the Underrated Champions series. But this doesn't have to stop here. If you think someone else belongs on this list, drop a comment. We might just make a top 10 underrated mutant champions video next. So which underrated mutant do you think needs more love? Let's talk about it in the comments.